Hi everybody, welcome back. Good to be here. Felt weird not recording any videos for a while. As you can see, this is a Cricut project. I got one for Christmas. Well, I got like half one for Christmas and then I paid for the other half, and it was a whole layaway experience. But I've been putting it through its paces and I wanted to like really see what it could do. So this is what I came up with. Just something really simple. I mean, it's the same as the holly wreath, pretty much. I'm just gluing felt to a wreath form. But I wanted to, see how detailed these cuts could be, how small they could be, how long I could make a mat last, how long it took to cut the shapes, just kind of figuring the machine out a little bit. And you can see here I have, I think it's 7 different shapes. Yeah. The 4 on the top were the more complicated ones that took longer to cut out, and then there's just some basic shapes on the bottom. Nothing where the blade had to turn a lot or pivot or whatever. The top leaves took maybe, I want to say there were about 8 minutes to cut out a 9x12 sheet, which had 12 on them maybe, and the other ones were like maybe 4 minutes. So there was a big difference in the time, but the longer leaves obviously look a lot cooler. So I have a Dollar Tree wreath here, and I'm just going to use some glue and wrap it in tulle to have a base to work with. And I speed through this because I'm very spastic at things like this and twisting all over the place. So yeah, I like to do this because tulle is so cheap and you don't really need to cover this. You just need something to glue to. I mean, you don't need to cover with something like ribbon. That would be wasteful in my opinion. But if you wanted to, go for it. I really wanted to stick with this off-white ivory cream color. It's kind of like a winter white. Because I've been like racking my brain since I made my last video about like, what am I going to do once Christmas is over? And it's like, well, we have winter, we have, Valentine's Day, Mardi Gras. I can do like little things. I don't know. But I went with these colors instead of like doing it in green. And I also had like 1,000 sheets of cream colored felt. So there we are with that. That's the reasoning behind it. So here are all my little leaf shapes. I have them in piles. I have the file to cut these. If you have Cricut access, I will link it below. Not entirely sure how to do that because still new to the game here, but I'm going to try to figure it out and link it in the description when I post this video. And all I'm doing is going through and just kind of stacking these on top of each other. Not on top of each other, but stacking them up. Yeah, I put the Cricut in layaway in September, I think, and I ended up getting a pretty good deal on it because my mom got a 10% discount because she works at Walmart as a manager, so they get, everybody gets their discount. So that took basically the tax off because our tax is like 9.5%. And then while we were paying for it, our Walmart stopped selling it, so it went on rollback. So the price dropped like another, I think it was something like $30. So, I mean, I might have like the cheapest Cricut maker ever sold here. I don't know. But so far, I've been very impressed with it. I haven't done a lot. Well, I have done a lot. I haven't explored a bunch of the different materials you can cut because, honestly, if this thing could just cut felt, I'd be happy with it. Cutting felt for me is like, if you've seen any other video where I've tried to cut felt, it's such a pain. I don't know if that's for everybody. That's just for me. I'm just like, oh God, I want to use felt in this project, but I don't want to cut it. So now I have the option to, use something different. And I know not everybody is going to have a Cricut. I didn't think I would ever have one. So I'm not going to try to, put it in every video because that's not fair. And I've seen that too many times where somebody's like, I just use my Cricut, but you can just use some crap from the Dollar Tree. Like, no, I'm not going to do that. And you could cut this by hand. I would not, in no way, in any world, in any kind of ability that I've ever had, I would never cut all these little, like the, what do we think? Those are like tropical leaves with the holes in them. I would never try to cut that by hand. You could. You absolutely could. Like these? No. No way. I would, no. I didn't even want to cut those with the machine. I was looking at them and I was like, oh. So, you could cut these by hand. You could do simpler shapes, you know. The technique is there, but I don't want to become one of those channels that's just like, hey, Cricut, 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 Cricut. I don't want to be a Cricut pusher. But it does open up the world to so many different things. Like so many things that I can do right now, you know, that I could do before I had the Cricut, but they would just be so time and labor intensive that I was just like, you know, I want to do that. I don't have the energy. I don't have the time. I don't have the motivation. So, you know, it'll probably show up pretty often, but don't think that I'm gonna, you know, go full Cricut. And if you do want a Maker or one of the other machines, I'm not really familiar with any of the other machines because I wanted the rotary blade in the Maker. Next year, save up some money as much as you can, and when September comes around, you can put the Cricuts in layaway at Walmart. Walmart usually has the cheapest price. You have like September, October, November. My mom had an extra week because she's an employee, so I think it was from like September 11th until December 9th. So it was like September to October to November to, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 months. I don't know. But yeah, we got mine out right before Christmas. And if you do put one in layaway, make sure you get it out like 2 weeks before Christmas, because those lines at the layaway at my Walmart, oh my God. Oof. Oof. So yeah. I'm having fun with it. You know, I have a lot of things I want to do, but I also want to space them out some because I don't want you to be like, oh my God, all he's doing is Cricut stuff now. So since it's a new year, I did want to talk about like what I'm going to do moving forward with the channel, because I have goals that, you know, they're achievable. I don't think they're anything unrealistic or ridiculous. I really need to get my channel monetized again. My channel used to be monetized, if those of you who don't know. YouTube decided that even though it wasn't costing them anything to run ads on my videos, they didn't want to do it anymore because I wasn't producing any content, because I was in the hospital sick and dying for a very long time a couple years ago. So yeah, I got punished for not posting content, pretty much, and my channel hasn't been monetized since, and I still need to get 3,000 hours in the next year, pretty much. I have 1,000 now. I need like 3,000 more to be remonetized, which is ridiculous. That is, you know how many hours that is? 4,000 hours? Seriously? That, Anyway, I want to get remonetized. I want to start making money on these videos, to put it back into the channel, to get a better camera, to get a better microphone, to, you know, do things that I can't afford, you know, move outside of Dollar Tree, you know, just stuff like that. I want to get more followers. I want to be able to provide access to more templates and stuff like that. I just want to be better in 2020. I mean, my personal life will still be an unmitigated disaster, but, you know, I'll have a channel that, you know, looks good. I try not to make New Year's resolutions, because every year I'm just like, you know what, you make that resolution to go on the diet, and then the next day you're like at Taco Bell crying in the drive-thru. Not that happened to me this year. Mainly because my car broke. The brand new one that I just bought. The battery died, or something died, and it's not working, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but, you know, sitting around doing nothing is not helping, so I might as well record this voiceover and get these videos ready for next week. It's the 2nd right now when I'm recording. And I had a pretty good Christmas and New Year's, up until the day before New Year's when the car just stopped working. So right now I'm done everything with the wreath, and I'm going back and using the more intricate leaves to fill in some, because they're the showstoppers there. And if you wanted to, if you were going to cut out this by hand, you could cut out a bunch of like just basic leaves, go through, cover the whole wreath, and then go in and add a couple of the nicer, kind of fancy leaves, which is pretty much what I'm doing here because I had more of the basic leaves than I did the other ones. I don't know, this looks like marzipan. You ever see like those like cut out marzipan wreaths like over a stolon or a cake or something? Someone said scalloped potatoes. I thought it looked like Pringles in some of the pictures. And I was outside taking pictures, and I was like, "This wreath looks like it's made out of Swiss cheese." Which I'm not against that. I'm here for it. Get you a nice Swiss cheese wreath, nice Havarti, Gouda, Port Salut. I love cheese. So yeah, I went through and just added everything because what am I going to do with a single leaf? So I went here, make sure everything was distributed evenly, that everything was covered nicely, that everything that needed to be stuck down was. And then the back is exposed. You could cover that with whatever you want, just strips of felt. I used some of the leaves that were left over, and you could kind of overlap them. I just kind of glued them on there because I knew I was going to go back with some strips of felt and finish it. So yeah, it's basically the same thing as the holly leaf that I made earlier, last year, I guess. Not earlier this year, it was last year now. And I cut all those leaves by hand, so you could do this by hand if you wanted to, but just maybe not the tropical looking leaves. But yeah, this is a Cricut Access project, so I'm going to link it below. If you have a Cricut but don't have Access, I don't think you can access the shapes, but there are probably 100 leaf shapes you could find online and just convert them to SVGs in the program. So yeah, see, I kind of like the leaves on the back there covering it up, but I did go back afterwards and just throw some felt on the back to cover up my structure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. I'm ready to get back into the swing of things, even with all the hurdles life throws at me, constantly trying to break me down. Which, I'm not gonna let that happen. So, comment, like, subscribe. If you have a Cricut, let me know. If you're thinking about getting a Cricut and have any questions, you can ask down below. Tell me what you did for New Year's. Tell me how your Christmas was. Let's start a conversation down there. So, I will see you guys on Wednesday, and have a good day. Bye-bye.